Everyone in the world faces problems, both big and small. Whether it's dealing with drama, paying taxes, or going somewhere you didn't want to, everyone has dilemmas that they wish they didn't have to deal with. If only you could do something to make all the worries in the world disappear. As if to press a skip button on any of the obstacles that came your way. If you could press skip on the huge test coming up, or fast forward to the meeting with your boss. Only this idea stems from problems much bigger than dealing with drama, paying taxes, or going somewhere you didn't want to. There are families all over the country who wish they could skip through the hurricanes they lost their homes in, or the Sudanese citizens who wish they could stop the war tearing their country apart, or the Asian children who wish they could fast forward through their days doing backbreaking work in dirty factories so kids like us could wear clothes. The idea of this is, all our problems, big and small, need to be faced and addressed opposed to ignored and repressed. As much as ever we love the convenience of skipping through the times in our lives that are riddled with adversity and hardship, the truth is, life is unskippable. Have you ever been confronted with a topic or issue and responded with, I don't want to talk about that now, or I'll figure it out later? I know I'm guilty of saying these words almost every day, but I have recently understood that these phrases are redundant, frivolous, and do not help any situation you may find yourself in. There's no evidence of solving any problems by ignoring it, but instead tackling it head on. Take shootings, for example. 20 years ago, almost to the date, was the Columbine shooting in Littleton, Colorado. After much neglect, little attention to this big issue, and 2 decades later, the amount of mass shootings has almost tripled since just 2000. On the contrary, Australia experienced a mass shooting in 1996. Resulting of this, they heavily restricted their gun laws, and there have been very little mass shootings ever since. By stating these facts, I am not implying that I agree with either side, whether we should ban guns or not. I am simply showing that the Australian government saw the problem they had in front of them and faced it because it wasn't worth the lives of their citizens. Facing our problems and issues don't only have to be for the big ones like shootings or wars either. We can change our lives by tackling our personal hardships every single day. Whether it's choosing to go on a diet, making the decision to confront the person that's been making you feel down, going on something bigger like a workout plan, or smaller like trying to drink more water every day. Voicing our opinions and struggles have a very positive impact on our health. We need to understand what is necessary for us to thrive and start doing it immediately, and we will see a significant change in this world. Now, I understand that right now I'm standing up here on the stage lecturing you to deal with your problems. You may be wondering, how does this 13-year-old girl have the right to tell me what to do? Why should I listen to her? Well, I've learned from experience. Around 5 years ago, my niece kept popping out of place and dislocating. My parents took me to the doctor for this confusing issue, and after this, I was sent to a year's worth of physical therapy. The physical therapist told me to do a year after of exercises at home to strengthen my leg, or else it wouldn't get better. As you may be able to see, I never did these exercises, and my condition became much worse today. I would realize later that this was just another problem I chose to ignore instead of fixing it, and it made a problem much worse later. Before I finish up and you all leave here tonight, I'd like to tell you about how I got the idea for the speech. Many of the kids who spoke got their ideas from personal experience, passion, talking to their grandparents, but I got my idea from the billboard. Let me take you to about a month back. I had just joined this club, quite late actually, and I had no idea what my topic was for my speech. I was very excited to give my first speech in front of an audience, and on the ride home from volleyball, I couldn't stop thinking about it. After listening to my music for a while, I finally peered out from my window and saw this billboard. This billboard read, "Humanity is unskippable, so make a change today." It inspired me. It made me think back to all the opportunities that were ever placed in front of me and what I did with them. When I was put on a sports team, did I take advantage of it? When I went on vacation, did I have the most fun possible? When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was given the opportunity to speak out about what he believed in, did he? Yes, and he changed the world. When a college student made the decision to become a teacher, he or she changed the world. When a little boy in the South Side chose to finish his education opposed to joining the gangs all his friends were in, he changed the world. I hope by writing the speech I have changed the world, and I hope that everyone in the audience will seize their future opportunities and change the world. At the beginning of the speech, I talked about skipping through things. I talked about fast-forwarding through the tough times in your lives and ignoring your problems just to make it easier. But the truth is, that's impossible. We can't fast-forward through the tough times. We can't ignore what's there. We can't fast-forward through our lives like movies or television shows. But on the bright side, it gets better. At the end of every storm, there's a rainbow, and every cloud has a silver lining. But in every situation you find yourself in, you cannot take the easy way out. You must face it head-on. Our world needs more people who make change. Our world needs more people who face their problems. Our world needs more people who do not skip their lives, and our world needs more people who understand that humanity is unskippable. Thank you for coming to TED Ed Game Changers. Now go change the world.